You woke up this morning and that alone is a blessing. Your eyes opened, your lungs filled with air, and you got another chance to get it right, another chance to live with purpose, another chance to serve the one who gave you this gift called life. See, we walk around here like we got forever. We got plans for next year, plans for 10 years from now, but none of us are promised tomorrow. You'd better wake up and understand that every single day is an opportunity to do something that matters. Every single day is an opportunity to make God proud of the way you are using what He has given you. Think about it. How many hours did you waste last week scrolling through social media, watching other people live their lives while yours is sitting still? How much time did you spend complaining about your situation instead of doing something to change it? How many moments did you let slip because you thought you would have more time later? That is time you will never get back. And every second you waste is a second you could have spent building something meaningful. I am talking about being intentional with your time. When you are with your family, be fully present. When you are working on your dreams, give it everything you have got. When you are serving others, do it with your whole heart. Stop living on autopilot, going through the motions, letting days blend into weeks and weeks blend into years without anything to show for it. You know what the tragedy is? The tragedy is not death. The tragedy is living your whole life and never really living. The tragedy is reaching the end and realizing you spent all your time on things that didn't matter while the important stuff got pushed to the side. Your relationship with God, your family, your purpose, your dreams, those are the things that matter. Every morning when you wake up, you have 400 seconds in that day. That is 400 opportunities to make a choice. Are you going to use those seconds to glorify God or waste them on things that will not matter a year from now? Are you going to invest that time in becoming better or spend it making excuses for why you are not where you want to be? Stop saying you do not have time. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. You have the same amount of time as the person who is running a business, raising a family, serving in their community, and still finding time to grow their relationship with God. The difference is not the time. The difference is the priorities, what you make time for, which shows what you value. Time is ticking right now. While you are sitting here, seconds are passing that you will never get back. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep living like you have unlimited time, or are you going to wake up and start using every day like the gift it is? God gave you this time. Now you have to decide what you are going to do with it. You think you are here by accident. You think you just showed up on this earth to pay bills and die. No, you were created with intention. You were created with gifts, with talents, with a specific assignment. But you have got to stop making excuses and start walking in that purpose. Before you were even born, God had a plan for your life. He knew exactly what He created you to do. He placed gifts inside of you that are unique to you. Nobody else has your exact combination of talents, experiences, and perspectives. Nobody else can fulfill your assignment the way you can. You are not random. You are not a mistake. You are not just taking up space. You are here on purpose for a purpose. But here is the problem. Most people go their whole lives and never tap into their purpose because they are too busy focused on their problems. They are so consumed with what is going wrong that they cannot see what God is trying to do right. They are so worried about their current situation that they miss the bigger picture of why they are here. Your problems are temporary, but your purpose is eternal. That struggle you are in right now, it is going to pass. That hardship you are facing, it is not going to last forever. But the calling God has on your life, that is permanent. That is what you should be focused on. That is what deserves your energy and attention. Think about the people who need what you have. Think about the lives that are waiting to be changed by your gift. Think about the impact you are supposed to make in this world. Some people will never reach their potential because they are not walking in yours. Some people will never hear the message they need because you are too afraid to speak. Some people will never be helped because you are sitting on the sidelines. God designed you with specific tools for a specific job. Maybe you have the gift of encouragement, and there is someone on the verge of giving up who needs to hear your words. Maybe you have the gift of teaching, and there are people who will never learn what they need to know unless you step up. Maybe you have been through a specific struggle, so you can help someone else get through the same thing. Stop looking at your life like it is ordinary. Stop treating your gifts like they are not important. Stop believing the lie that you do not have anything valuable to offer. God does not make junk, and He does not make extras. You are here because the world needs exactly what you have. Now you have to have the courage to give it. Some of you have been praying for years, asking God for a breakthrough, but you are sitting on your couch waiting for a miracle to fall from the sky. God gave you legs. God gave you a mind. God gave you abilities. Now you have to put in the work. You've got to take steps toward that dream, toward that calling, toward that vision He gave you. Faith is not passive. Faith is not sitting around hoping things get better. Faith is believing God is going to do what He said and then acting like it is already done. Faith is taking the first step even when you cannot see the whole staircase. Faith is moving in the direction of your purpose even when you do not know exactly how it is all going to work out. You want to know why your prayers are not being answered. It is not because God is not listening. It is not because He does not care. It is because you are asking Him to do something while you are doing nothing. You are asking for a better job, but you have not updated your resume. You are asking for better relationships, but you have not worked on yourself. You are asking for a financial breakthrough, but you are not managing what you already have. God is looking for partnership. He is looking for people who will meet Him halfway. He will open doors, but you have to walk through them. He will provide opportunities, but you have to be prepared for them. He will give you the vision, but you have to do the work to make it a reality. That is how faith works. You believe it, then you act on it. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you move. Stop waiting until you have it all figured out. Stop waiting until you are not scared anymore. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will never do anything. You've got to be willing to start where you are with what you have and trust that God will meet you in your obedience. Look at every person in the Bible who did something great. None of them had it all figured out when they started. Abraham did not know where he was going when he left his home. Moses did not feel qualified when God called him to lead. David was just a kid with a slingshot when he faced Goliath, but they all had one thing in common. They acted on their faith. They moved when God said move. What has God been telling you to do that you have not done yet? What dream has He placed in your heart that you keep putting off? What step of obedience is He waiting for you to take? Stop overthinking it. Stop talking yourself out of it. Stop waiting for a sign. The sign is the fact that He put it in your heart in the first place. Now get up and do something about it. What are you so afraid of? Failure. Let me tell you something about failure. Failure is just a lesson in disguise. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than you have even tried. The difference is that they did not let fear paralyze them. They got back up, they learned, and they kept moving forward with God leading the way. Fear wants you to believe that if you try and fail, it is over. Fear wants you to think that what people will say about you matters more than what God is calling you to do. Fear wants to convince you that staying comfortable is safer than stepping out in faith. But every single one of those thoughts is a lie designed to keep you from your destiny. You know what fear really is? It is a sign that you are about to do something that matters. It is a signal that you are on the edge of growth. It is proof that you are stepping out of your comfort zone and into the place where God can really use you. Show me someone who has never been afraid, and I will show you someone who has never done anything significant. The question is not whether you will feel fear. The question is what you will do when fear shows up. Will you let it stop you, Or will you feel the fear and move forward anyway? Will you listen to the lies, or will you remember what God said about you? Will you play it safe? Or will you trust that the one who gave you the vision will equip you for the journey? Think about all the things you have not done because of fear. Think about the opportunities you turned down. Think about the dreams you gave up on. Think about the relationships you did not pursue. Think about the chances you did not take. Now imagine where you would be if you had just pushed through the fear and done it anyway. Fear has cost you too much already. It has cost you time, opportunities, relationships, and progress. It has kept you stuck in the same place year after year. It has robbed you of the life God intended for you to live. And the worst part is, most of the things you are afraid of will never even happen. You are letting imaginary scenarios control your real life. God did not give you a spirit of fear. He gave you power, love, and a sound mind. That means when fear shows up, you have everything you need to overcome it. You have the power of the Holy Spirit. You have the love of a Father who will never leave you. You have a sound mind that can choose faith over fear every single time. Stop letting fear make your decisions and start letting faith lead the way. You keep saying, when I get more money, when I get more experience, when the timing is better, then I will do what God called me to do. The timing is now. God does not need you to be perfect. He needs you to be willing. He needs you to be obedient. He will handle the rest. There is never going to be a perfect time. There is never going to be a moment when everything lines up exactly the way you think it should. There is never going to be a day when you feel completely ready, completely qualified, and completely confident. If you are waiting for that, you are going to wait your whole life and never do what you were created to do. God uses imperfect people in imperfect situations to do perfect work. Look at the people He chose throughout history. They were not the most qualified. They were not the most educated. They were not the ones everyone expected. But they were available. They were willing. They said yes when He called, and He did the rest. You are sitting around thinking you need more before you can start. More resources, more connections, more knowledge, more credibility. But God specializes in using what you already have. He took a boy's lunch and fed thousands. He used a shepherd's staff to part the Red Sea. He used a stone and a sling to defeat a giant. He does not need you to have everything. He needs you to give Him what you have got. Stop disqualifying yourself. Stop thinking you are not ready. Stop believing the lie that you need to wait until you are more prepared. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. Growth happens when you step out before you feel ready. Development happens when you are in over your head and have to depend on God. Breakthrough happens when you move in obedience despite your limitations. Right now, exactly where you are, with exactly what you have, God can use you. In your current job, in your current city, with your current resources, you can start walking in purpose. You do not need permission from anyone except God. And He already gave it to you when He placed that calling in your heart. What can you do today? Not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions improve. What can you do right now with what you have? Make that phone call. Send that email. Take that class. Have that conversation. Write that first page. Record that first video. Whatever it is, do something. Stop waiting for perfect and start moving with purpose. Some of you are going through it right now. I get it. Life is hard, and sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But let me remind you of something. That struggle you are in right now is developing you. It is strengthening you. It is preparing you for where God is about to take you. Do not quit in the middle of your testimony. What you are going through is not who you are. You are not your struggle. You are not your hardship. You are not your pain. You are not defined by this season. You are a child of God who happens to be going through a difficult time. And there is a massive difference between those two things. The enemy wants you to identify with your struggle. He wants you to introduce yourself by your pain. He wants you to believe that this is all you are and all you will ever be. But that is a lie. This struggle is a chapter. It is not the whole book. This difficulty is a season. It is not your entire life. This test is temporary, but the testimony that comes from it will last forever. You know what is happening right now while you are in the middle of the struggle? You are being refined. You are being shaped. You are being prepared for something bigger than what you can see right now. God is developing your character, strengthening your faith, and building your endurance. He is getting you ready for the next level. And the next level requires a version of you that can only be forged in the fire. Every person who has a powerful testimony first had a terrible test. Every person who can encourage someone through hardship first had to go through their own. Every person who has a message that changes lives first had a mess that changed them. Your struggle is not wasted. It is the very thing God is going to use to help someone else. One day, you are going to look back on this moment and understand why it had to happen. You are going to see how it all worked together for your good. You are going to meet someone who is going through the same thing, and your story is going to be exactly what they need to keep going. Your pain is going to have purpose. Your struggle is going to have meaning, but you have got to make it through. You have got to hold on. You have got to keep believing that God knows what He is doing, even when you do not understand. Do not give up in the middle of your testimony. The world needs to hear how God brought you through. They need to see that if He did it for you, He can do it for them. 2, you cannot be bitter and better at the same time. You cannot complain your way into your blessing. Start looking around at what is already working in your life. Start recognizing the grace that has brought you this far. When you operate from a place of gratitude, you position yourself for more blessings. Gratitude is not just about being polite or having good manners. Gratitude is a spiritual principle that shifts your entire perspective. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, when you thank God for where you are while trusting Him for where you are going, something changes in you. Your attitude changes. Your energy changes. Your faith increases. Most people are so focused on what is not working that they completely miss what is. They are so busy complaining about what they do not have that they take for granted what they do have. They want a better job, but they are not grateful for the one that is paying their bills right now. They want a better house, but they are not thankful for the roof over their head. They want more money, but they are not managing what is already in their hand. God cannot trust you with more if you are not grateful for what you already have. Why would He give you the next level if you are complaining about the current one? Why would He increase what you have if you are not even acknowledging that what you have came from Him? Gratitude is the key that unlocks the next blessing. Start every day by thanking God for something. Thank Him for another day. Thank Him for your health. Thank Him for your family. Thank Him for the opportunity to pursue your dreams. Thank Him for the struggle that is making you stronger. Thank Him for the closed doors that protected you. Thank Him for the provisions that keep coming, even when you do not know how. When you make gratitude a habit, you train your mind to see the good instead of dwelling on the bad. You start noticing blessings you used to overlook. You start appreciating people you used to take for granted. You start recognizing God's hand in places you used to think were just coincidences. Your whole life shifts when you shift your focus from what is wrong to what is right. Complaining keeps you stuck, but gratitude moves you forward. Complaining attracts more negativity, but gratitude attracts more blessings. Complaining pushes people away, but gratitude draws them in. You get to choose which one defines your life. You get to decide whether you are going to focus on problems or blessings. Choose gratitude and watch how everything changes. Look around at who you are doing life with. Are they pushing you closer to God or pulling you away? Are they encouraging your dreams or killing your vision? You cannot soar with eagles if you are running with turkeys. You need people in your life who believe in your God-given potential and push you toward it. The people you surround yourself with are either lifting you or bringing you down. They are either adding to your life or draining from it. They are either speaking life into your dreams or speaking doubt into your mind. You cannot be around negative people and expect to stay positive. You cannot hang around people with no vision and expect to keep yours. You cannot spend all your time with people going nowhere and expect to get somewhere. This is not about being arrogant or thinking you're better than anyone. This is about being intentional with your life. This is about recognizing that your associations have consequences. This is about understanding that if you want to go to the next level, you need to be around people who are already there or heading there themselves. Show me your friends, and I will show you your future. If your friends are lazy, you will struggle with motivation. If your friends are always complaining,